At the end of season 13, we finished in second place in the Romanian First League. We were a fair distance behind FCSB, who were inevitably crowned champions. This time around, we are in the Europa Conference League. I'm not sure how well that's going to go. We are also obviously in the Romanian Cup and obviously in the Romanian First League this season. Realistically, what I want to do is I want to win the league, I want to win the Romanian Cup, and I think I want to do okay in the Europa Conference League. Although, I've said this before, the Europa Conference League is weirdly like our competition. I know we've only won it once. We've only won it once, but we did win it back in 28-29 with our FC Arges side. And we seem to do okay in it because basically, weird teams do alright in the Europa Conference League. Adana DS got to the final 2 years in a row and won it. Rijeka got to the final last season and just, I assume, got smashed by Arsenal. So, there is an outside chance that we could do alright. My transfer plans for this season are kind of not defined yet. I don't really know what we're going to do. What I normally do is I do this. Basically, I go to the tactics and I pick the best players. So I just do the quick pick, sort by best 11, and this is what they think that we should be playing. So they've got Philippe Touré as a central midfielder. We don't play him there, so maybe we need a defensive midfielder coming into the club. That could be something we look at. Other than that, I'm kind of okay with not really doing a huge amount of business. We do have £12 million to spend, so I will inevitably do something. Also, I guess our business is going to be dependent on what happens in the summer transfer window, because if we sell somebody important, we do need to replace them. We have already had some business take place already on the 1st of July. 3 players have left the club. 2 on free transfers, Churchu and Stanciu have left. Fernando Cedeno, the Panaman defender, has moved on to Belenenses. He just wasn't really playing, and by wasn't really playing, played 19 times for our second team, and that was about it. So he has moved on, and he looks like he's already transfer listed. Nope, he's just got a £30,000 minimum fee release. That's awfully small. Right, we've moved forward then to the 9th of September. The summer transfer window has closed. We've kicked off the season as well, and we've done a small amount of business. Just 4 players joining the club. Lucas Gachar has moved on, and he has moved on for £10,000, which is not a lot of money considering... I mean, we did pay that, didn't we? But we were in charge of Rapid. We got him on a free transfer. It's kind of annoying. I feel like he might be one of those players that suddenly gets really good, or he might just be awful. He's now playing in the 3rd division in Czechia. So, yeah, he's had a big old drop down. We have also sold David Mahéis to PSG for £2 million. It is not a lot of money for Mahéis. He does have a 50% sell-on in there, but the fact that PSG came in for him shows that he is going to be good at football, so there's definitely potential, and we were not going to be able to keep hold of him. They did say, do you want to loan him back? And I thought, you know what? No, I don't want to loan you back. Another player who's left is Hedi Ben Salem. He has gone to Saudi Arabia, signing for Al Fateh for £4.2 million? £4.5 million. So a decent amount of money for him. Basically, he wanted to leave. He wanted a decent wage rise, and we couldn't offer him much more than that. Plus, I don't think he's going to get much better than what he currently is. Joining the club then, in no real particular order, Iken Aziz, a player that we signed for FC Arges. He's joined on a free transfer. He's come in as a squad player. For £300,000, we have brought in ourselves a new left-back to replace Ben Salem, and it is Georgiou Makasarashvili. That's what we're going to go with, the Georgian left-back and also slight right-back. He's definitely one for the future, but he's probably going to play a fair amount of football because we don't really have too many options in that left-back position anymore. We do have another one in the shape of Igor Turkalj, might be his name, a Croatian left-back signed from Osijek. He's cost a bit more money for £1.6 million. I think he's probably a better player right now. So we brought in 2 basically future prospects. Turkalj is the one who's kind of been flagged as the number 1 starter, but I'm not convinced that's true. Looking at the attributes, Turkalj is much better from a mental statistics and physical statistics. However, from basically ability to play football, it is to Georgiou. So I'm not sure who's better. On paper, you'd probably say Georgiou right now. The final player to join the club is Zidane Bordas, another player that we had in a former club for £1.3 million. The Algerian striker with 1 cap and 2 goals to his name has come in from FC Rapid. He is basically going to replace Mahéis. There has also been a whole load of other transfer business going on, but nothing really of interest, I don't think. I mean, Antonio Neves might be of interest to somebody, maybe, somewhere down the line. But that is it so far. If we take a look at the competitions, we are currently sat 4th place in the table after 9 matches, at 6 wins, 3 defeats. It doesn't sound too bad, winning 6 out of 9, but we are a fair distance off the top of the table, but we are very, very early days. We have made it into the Europa Conference League. If we have a quick look, we had to get past a whole bunch of teams. So we got past Botev Plovdiv, we got past Vorskla, we got past FC Honka to make it into the Europa Conference League. I did not realise we had to go through 3 qualifying rounds. I'm very glad we did, because it's basically meant that we've got a decent amount of coefficient points. And finally, players that we are locking into the starting 11. This might change, okay? I'm not convinced this is a good idea. We have Dragan Filipovic, the goalkeeper signed from Partizan, looking like he's turning into a pretty good goalkeeper now. We've got Luis Uribe, who I need to break into the first team. There's potential there. He's not bad at the moment, and I'm hoping we're going to have a Philippe Torre situation where Uribe just needs some football, so that's what we're going to try this season. We've got on the left-hand side, we have Eric Aruna, who he's not good, is he? He's another similar situation to Uribe, where he needs some game time. On the right-hand side, we have Amadou Fall, again, another player who needs some game time, and I think he's arguably in a much better technical position to do so. And Frank Fairher is going to be playing as that attacking midfielder. I'm not convinced this is the best idea either, because he might be better to just play as that striker instead. We have jumped forward now to the 19th of December, and obviously we're at the winter break, and we have qualified through the Europa Conference League group stages, which is very, very good. We only played 6 games in the Europa Conference League, not 8. I thought we'd played 8 for some reason. We have finished 6th in the group. We're also up to 3rd place in the league table as well, with a game in hand over the 2 teams ahead of us, which if we win that, will put us top of the table. Things are looking very promising. Ignore this mess in the Romanian Cup. We lost 1 match, which meant that we didn't get enough points to basically go through. It's frustrating, considering we have a positive 10 goal difference, but we lost 1 match 1-0. And when you think as well, I have stuck to my guns with these 5 players in the starting 11. So Uribe has now played 15 matches, I believe, due to some basically injuries going on in there. Aruna and Fall have also played a lot of football. Eric Aruna is getting better slowly but surely. Amadou Fall getting better as well, which is what we like to see. As for January, we have got just over £10.5 million to spend. I've already arranged for 2 transfers to come in. We have Jude Taiku, who's going to be joining from Hearts of Oak, a Ghanaian left winger at just 17 years of age. He's costing about £215,000. And somebody who I'm very much looking forward to is Tokachukwu Buhari, a Nigerian defender and midfielder, signing for potentially up to £1 million. I think he might have to get locked into the starting 11, because I think he's going to be very good. Other than that, I don't know what we're going to do. It might be another similar situation. If we sell somebody good, we might need to do some replacing, but we're going to jump forward to the end of the January transfer window to see what business we've done. And obviously, we're going to have played a few more matches as well. Turns out it was a busy month, okay? It was a busy month. We've done some business. We have sold Juan Amrabari to Ghent for about £700,000, maybe a little bit more. Dimitru has moved on to PSG on a permanent deal, but we have loaned him back for the rest of the season. He's gone for £975,000. I think it's potentially going up to about 1.3, and I'm pretty sure there's a 50% sell-on in there as well. So it's a sensible bit of business. Bozidar has also moved on to Manchester City, and we've loaned him back for the rest of the season. The 20-year-old Serbian defender looks very, very good. We've sold him for £2.3 million. And again, I'm pretty sure there is a decent sell-on in there as well. So if he does turn into a half-decent footballer, Man City can sell him, and we get a nice chunk of money. Joining the club then, obviously, we know of the 2 loan players returning. We know of Bahari as well. He's now in the club. As is Jude Taiku, who's immediately gone out on loan to CSM Alexandria. For £86,000, we have brought in Ayanda Malewa, a 20-year-old South African central midfielder, and loaned him straight out to Alexandria as well. We have signed Nikola Stevic, a 28-year-old Bosnian attacking midfielder from Faro Costanza. He's probably one of our most expensive signings of the season, £750,000, but I think he's actually a really, really good player. And somebody who's not as good, but I brought him in because he's Romanian, is Daniel Stoyan, a 27-year-old Romanian central defender, 5 caps to his name, signed from FC Arges. We didn't buy him, by the way, for FC Arges. We weren't there at that point. For £550,000. He's coming because he's Romanian. We need more Romanians. And that is actually all we've done. We've loaned out a few players as well. We sold Dan Haas, actually. Ignore that one. £145,000. He played a hell of a lot of football for us, but he wasn't very good. I think most of them were off the bench by the looks of it. So he's got a lot of appearances for us, but just never really played well. He's gone to WH3 Towns in China, fair enough. And the other big piece of news is Luis Uribe has gone out on loan to Once Caldas. Is it Once? Not quite sure. He's gone basically over to Mexico on loan till the end of the season because, yes, he was playing and he was doing all right. But now we've got Bahari. I feel like Bahari is just going to kick him out of the starting 11. So we kind of took this opportunity to send him out on loan to get some more game time elsewhere. And after a few more league games, we have put ourselves at the top of the tree ahead of our former team FC Arges. 1 point clear after 26 matches. Just 4 games left of the regular season. We are definitely in the top 6, so that is nothing to worry about. But we are hopefully in a decent position as well to challenge for that title. I'm not sure. Do we know who we're playing in the Europa Conference League? We don't know who we're playing in the Europa Conference League. We're going to find that out once we go forward in just a minute. But before we do that, I just want to show you the players that are locked in. It is everyone, apart from Uribe's been dropped out. I'm not going to pick the defenders, because if you actually look here, we've got Bozadar is good enough to play there. We've got Dimitri who's good enough to play there. Torre, Stan, Bahari. We've got a decent amount of quality defenders that I quite like them to rotate around if they can. The big problem I've noticed with me locking in players into positions, they play even when they're not fit and when they're tired and things like that, which is not good. Anyway, let's jump forward then to the end of the regular season. We should be finishing first or second. In fact, if we don't finish first or second in the regular season, something's definitely gone wrong. And also, we might find ourselves getting through the next qualifying or the next knockout round of the Europa Conference League. So we did go through the round of 16. We drew Shamrock Rovers and we beat them 5-3 on aggregate. It was a 2-1 win and a 3-2 win, which is also very, very good from a coefficient standpoint. Also, you may well have noticed in there, Cluj have managed to get past Gothenburg, beating them 4-2, and I assume 1-0 if numbers make sense, which they normally do. So we're getting some very good coefficient points just from the Europa Conference League. Just going to jump up to the Europa League to see. We've got Craiova managed to get through the Europa League group stage. Yes, they've been knocked out, but they got through the Europa League group stage. How did FCSB do? They didn't get through the group stage. Did they get into this one? No. Where are they? Where are they? They're certainly down here somewhere. Did they not even make it? FCSB. Oh, that's hardly fair. FCSB drew Craiova in the knockout round of the Europa League. I mean, fair enough, but surely that shouldn't be allowed. Anyway, in other news, we have made it obviously to the Champions playoff. We have won the league by 1 point, but because points get halved, and if you've got an odd number, it basically adds 1 and then halves it. So we're joint on points with FC Arges. We are 4 points clear of Cluj in third. It is a 2-horse race, maybe, for first place, and we are luckily one of those 2 horses. And 10 games later, we have won the league for just a second time with Voluntari. I'm happy. Obviously, very, very happy. FCSB, I assume their European adventure kind of screwed them over a little bit because they are well off the pace, unlike last season where they just flew up the table and were miles away. This time, we were the team. We are 8 points clear of second place Cluj. 8 wins, which are very, very good wins. In fact, we conceded 3 goals in those 8 wins, and then 2 defeats where we conceded 5 goals in the 2 defeats. So it's, all in all, very good season. We've won the league, but we've also won the Europa Conference League. Somehow, I've won the Europa Conference League twice in this save. In 14 seasons, we've won the Europa Conference League twice with 2 different teams from Romania. We've beaten Palermo in the final. It was a 2-1 win. Ferher and Ekena Aziz in the 95th minute. Ekena Aziz in the 95th minute with the winner. He literally comes off the bench half the matches, or most matches actually, scores 9 goals, which is very impressive. We've lifted another trophy. We've lifted another trophy somehow. And looking at the stats for some of the players, I can see exactly why and how we've done this. Amadou Fall is our 3rd top assister, 10 assists in all competitions, 8 of them in the league, 4 goals as well to his name. Decent season. Is he good enough to play for us? Arguably yes, because he's done well. Attila Grecu is up there when it comes to goals. He's got 12 goals in all competitions. Considering he only started 9 games and 19 off the bench, that's a decent contribution from Attila. Eric Aruna on that left-hand side has had one hell of a season. He's got 16 assists and 22 goals in all competitions. I was not expecting him to be that good. Genuinely, I don't think he's as good as Fall, but for some reason he's put in a much better performance than Fall has. 22 goals is mad. 16 assists is just as mad. From the attacking midfield position, Fairhurt managed to get 15 assists and 30 goals in all competitions in 61 appearances, which is a lot of football for a man to play. That is 45 goal contributions in 61 appearances. And he's not the top scorer. That would be Mezziani with 36 goals in all competitions, 7 assists as well, 24 goals in the league, which I think is his best performance by a fair distance. It is his best performance by a long, long distance, actually. I mean, Mezziani, considering he's only been here for 4 seasons, or 3.5 seasons, he's doing us proud. I am starting to worry about Dragan Filipovic. Yes, he's 25, so he's not considered a young goalkeeper anymore, but he still has that potential. And being a goalkeeper means that you can kind of keep developing the older you get, essentially. And I'm worried that we might lose him. I'm hoping we don't lose him, but I'm worried that we might lose him because he's still got 4.5-star potential at 25. Before we finish the episode then, I want to take a look at the coefficient. So currently we are down in 11th place, but we are picking up 20 points. That is a positive 8 swing in our favour. Pretty much positive 8 swing. So what does that mean for next season? We are, what is that, 7th, 8th place maybe? We are 8th place. We are moving up to 8th place. We are ahead of Belgium. We are ahead of the Netherlands. I mean, what's happened? I mean, I know what's happened. We've done very well. So what does that mean? We're not interested in that. We're the 3rd best nation of the year. This is basically what this means. We have, as a nation, have been the 3rd best in the entirety of Europe. Only England and Spain have been better. And Spain marginally better, which is ridiculous because if we finish 2nd, whoever finished 2nd place in the league would go straight into the Champions League group stage, straight into it. And where if we are, it was 8th, wasn't it? So we're moving up to, we get a person straight into the league phase, which is good, and one qualifying round away from actually getting into the league phase as well. We get someone in the Europa League straight into the group stage. Oh, this is big. This is genuinely, that is a massive leap for us as a nation because it means that we've got teams straight into Europe. No qualifying rounds, none of that nonsense. The last little thing that I'm going to do, and I promised this in the comments, I was going to have a look at the legends, icons and favourite personnel, and it's not that exciting. Genuinely, I thought there'd be a lot more. So favourite personnel, you've got myself, we've got Fairhurt, and we've got Grecu, all still at the club. We've got Ben Salam and Doru Andre as icons. Doru Andre is now playing for Hertha still, 34 years of age. Obviously, Ben Salam, we know we've just sold him to Al Fatah. And then we've got Dino Turadan, who is there as a manager. He's the assistant manager. He's not there anymore. We do have 4 assistant managers, by the way. I believe this man here is the one who's taking all the credit for doing well. So he's kind of technically the manager of the club, even though it's me. But we also have Marius Sula. I don't know who half these people are. I've not really been paying too much attention to my staff, which is arguably a bit of a mistake on my part. I think I appointed this. He's awful. I need a head of youth development. I need a new head of youth development because he's terrible. Genuinely, I thought I did sort through some of my coaches, but that might have been in a completely different series, maybe the Wolfsburg one. Well, that's going to do it then for Season 14. Season 15, we are into the Champions League, straight into the group stages, if I'm not mistaken. And I kind of want to do well. We need to really build on this momentum. We are champions of the Europa Conference League. We are champions of Romania. Romania is flying up the coefficients. We just need to keep this momentum going. Thanks for watching. I will catch you in the next one.